Stop everything you're doing right now because what I'm about to tell you is going to send shockwaves through the entire K-drama universe. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo, two of the biggest names in Korean entertainment, have just been spotted together on what insiders are calling a very private, very deliberate trip, and fans are absolutely losing their minds. This wasn't a publicity stunt, this wasn't a scheduled event, and this definitely wasn't coincidental. According to multiple sources and eagle-eyed fans who connected the dots, these two legends were seen together in a way that screams intimacy, comfort, and undeniable chemistry. The timing, the location, the secrecy, it all points to something much deeper than friendship, and Minhyo shippers are having a full-blown meltdown across every social media platform. Was this a romantic getaway? Are they finally confirming what fans have suspected for years? Stay with me because the details I'm about to reveal will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about these two superstars. Make sure you smash that like button, and hit the notification bell because Minhyo updates are coming in hot and you absolutely cannot afford to miss a single moment of this unfolding story. Over the past several days, reports started flooding in from fans who noticed something strange. Lee Min-ho's usually active social media went quiet. Hye Kyo's schedule, which is normally packed and publicized, suddenly had a mysterious gap. Coincidence? Minhyo fans said absolutely not, and they were right to be suspicious. What happened next confirmed their wildest dreams. Multiple fan accounts, travel bloggers, and even local witnesses reported sightings of both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo in the same exclusive, hard-to-reach location known for its privacy and breathtaking views. This wasn't Seoul, this wasn't a typical celebrity hotspot. This was somewhere deliberately chosen for discretion and intimacy. The kind of place you go when you want to escape the world with someone special. And here's where it gets even more interesting. These weren't separate sightings days apart that fans tried to connect. No, they were seen together, arriving at the same boutique resort, walking side by side through a private garden, sharing meals at secluded restaurants where photographers aren't allowed, and spending extended periods of time in each other's company with body language that spoke volumes. Fans who managed to catch glimpses described them as relaxed, comfortable, laughing freely, and displaying the kind of natural chemistry that you simply cannot fake. One witness reported seeing them walking along a beachfront path at sunset, completely absorbed in conversation, oblivious to the world around them. Another mentioned spotting them at a local artisan market, casually browsing together like any couple enjoying their time away from the spotlight. The evidence is stacking up in ways that make it impossible to dismiss. First, let's talk about the logistics. Both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo are incredibly busy individuals with schedules planned months in advance. For both of them to suddenly have the same window of free time, to be in the same remote location, and to be spotted together multiple times over several days, that's not random chance, that's careful coordination. That's two people making a deliberate choice to prioritize time together despite their demanding careers. That's two people who wanted to create a private moment away from the constant scrutiny they face in their daily lives. And honestly, can you blame them? When you're at their level of fame, finding genuine privacy is nearly impossible, so when they go to these lengths, it means something significant. The location itself tells us everything we need to know about their intentions. This wasn't a trendy vacation spot where celebrities go to be seen. This wasn't a brand-sponsored trip with photographers documenting every moment. This was a carefully selected destination known for its seclusion, natural beauty, and strict privacy policies. The kind of place where A-list celebrities can actually breathe, be themselves, and enjoy each other's company without performance or pretense. Resort staff are trained to be discreet, paparazzi are kept at bay, and guests are respected. It's the perfect setting for two people who want to explore a connection without the world watching their every move. The fact that they chose this specific location speaks to how seriously they're taking whatever is developing between them. Now let's address what everyone's thinking. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo have known each other for years, moving in the same entertainment circles, attending the same industry events, and sharing mutual friends and colleagues. But this is different. This crosses the line from professional acquaintances or casual friends into something far more personal and intimate. You don't take a secret trip with someone unless there's a real connection there. You don't coordinate your schedules, travel to a remote location, and spend multiple days together unless you're exploring something meaningful. And based on every piece of evidence we have, every witness account, every timeline detail, that's exactly what's happening here. Minhyo isn't just a fan fantasy anymore. It's becoming increasingly real with each passing day. Social media absolutely exploded the moment these sightings were confirmed. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, every platform was flooded with Minhyo content within hours. Fans compiled timelines showing exactly when each of them went quiet on social media, when they were last seen publicly, and when the sightings at the resort began. The dates matched up perfectly. Flight tracking enthusiasts even noted private aircraft departures that aligned with the timeline. Every single piece of the puzzle fit together so seamlessly that even skeptics were starting to take notice. Hashtags trended globally, fan edits went viral, and the excitement was absolutely electric. Comments poured in from all corners of the world with fans expressing their joy, disbelief, and overwhelming support for this potential relationship. The fan reactions have been absolutely heartwarming to witness. People commented things like, "I've been waiting for this moment for years and it's finally happening," and "They deserve happiness, and if they found it with each other, that's beautiful," and "The way they look at each other in those candid photos says everything, this is real," and "Two legends, two incredible people, this is the power couple we didn't know we needed." The overwhelming sentiment has been one of genuine happiness and support. Minhyo fans aren't just shipping a fantasy. They're celebrating two real people who seem to have found something special with each other. There's a maturity and authenticity to this fan base that's truly refreshing. They want to see both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo happy, whether that's together or separately. But right now all signs point to together. Let's talk about the chemistry that witnesses observed, because this is where things get truly fascinating. Multiple people who saw them together described an ease and comfort between them that was immediately noticeable. They weren't stiff or awkward, they weren't performing for anyone. They were just genuinely enjoying each other's presence. One witness mentioned seeing them share a private joke, and the way they both laughed was so natural and unguarded. Another described watching them walk together and noticing how they naturally fell into step with each other. Their body language completely synchronized. These are subtle things that you can't rehearse or fake. They're the natural byproducts of two people who are genuinely comfortable and connected with each other. The body language analysis that fans conducted based on the few photos that surfaced is particularly telling. In every single image, their positioning relative to each other suggests intimacy and trust. They're not maintaining professional distance. They're close, leaning toward each other during conversation, displaying open and relaxed postures. In one photo, you can see Lee Min-ho's subtle protective gesture as they navigate a crowded area together. In another, Hye Kyo is caught mid-laugh at something he said. Her entire face lit up with genuine joy. These aren't posed promotional shots. These are real moments captured between two people who are clearly enjoying each other's company immensely. The chemistry isn't manufactured. It's organic and undeniable. What makes this situation even more compelling is how both of them have approached their personal lives in recent years. Lee Min-ho has been incredibly selective and private about his relationships, preferring to keep his romantic life completely separate from his public persona. Hye Kyo, after her very public past, has been equally protective of her privacy and careful about who she lets into her inner circle. For both of them to take this risk, to be seen together knowing that word would inevitably get out, that demonstrates a level of commitment to whatever is developing between them. They're not hiding anymore, at least not completely. They're testing the waters, seeing if they can have something real while managing the inevitable public attention. That's a significant step for two people who value their privacy as much as they do. The timing of this trip is also worth examining because it comes at an interesting moment in both of their careers. Lee Min-ho recently wrapped a major project and has been more reflective in interviews about what he wants from life beyond just career success. He's talked about the importance of meaningful connections and finding balance between work and personal fulfillment. Hye Kyo, meanwhile, has been experiencing a career renaissance, delivering powerful performances and receiving critical acclaim, but she's also been open about how success means nothing without people to share it with. Both of them are at a point in their lives where they've achieved incredible professional heights and are now looking for something deeper and more personal. The fact that they seem to have found that with each other is both romantic and perfectly timed. Industry insiders who have worked with both of them have remained carefully neutral in public statements, but off the record, many have hinted that this connection has been building for quite some time. One source suggested they've been in each other's orbit for years, but the timing was never quite right until now. Another mentioned that mutual friends had noticed their chemistry long before the public did, and had been quietly supportive of them exploring it. These insider whispers add credibility to what fans are seeing and feeling. This isn't a sudden whirlwind romance that appeared out of nowhere. This is a slow-burning connection that's been developing naturally over time, and has finally reached a point where they're ready to see where it goes. The secrecy and discretion surrounding this trip actually makes the whole situation more romantic and genuine. In an age where everything is performed for social media, where relationships are announced with coordinated posts and carefully crafted narratives, there's something incredibly refreshing about two people choosing privacy and authenticity instead. They're not seeking validation from the public. They're not trying to leverage their relationship for publicity. They're simply two adults exploring a connection away from the noise and pressure. That level of intentionality and maturity is rare in the entertainment industry, and it speaks volumes about the kind of relationship they're building. This isn't for show, this is for them. And that makes it infinitely more meaningful. Of course, there are always going to be cynics and doubters who try to explain away the evidence. Some suggested they were just friends vacationing together, but friends don't typically choose such romantic, secluded destinations or spend every waking moment together for days on end. Others claimed it might be work-related, perhaps discussing a potential collaboration, but there were no scripts, no production crews, no business entourage, just the two of them. Some try to say the sightings were coincidental, that they just happened to be at the same resort, but the timeline is too precise, the coordination too obvious. Every alternative explanation falls apart under even the slightest scrutiny. The simplest answer, the one that actually fits all the evidence, is that Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo are romantically involved and took a private trip together to nurture that connection away from public eyes. What this means for Minhyo supporters is monumental. For years, fans have shipped this pairing based on their individual qualities, their potential chemistry, and the idea that they would complement each other perfectly. Now those theories are being validated by real-world evidence. They're not just a beautiful idea anymore. They're an actual possibility, perhaps even a reality. This sighting confirms that they're choosing to spend time together, that they enjoy each other's company, that there's genuine affection and connection between them. For a fan base that's been dreaming of this moment, it's incredibly validating and exciting. The energy and enthusiasm in the Minhyo community right now is absolutely electric and shows no signs of slowing down. Let's also consider what this relationship could mean for both of them personally. Lee Min-ho has shouldered the pressures of being a Hallyu superstar for over a decade, constantly in the spotlight, constantly under scrutiny, constantly expected to be perfect. Having someone like Hye Kyo, who understands that pressure because she's lived it herself, who can offer genuine understanding and support, that's invaluable. Similarly, Hye Kyo has navigated her own challenges in the public eye, and having a partner who truly comprehends the unique demands of their lifestyle could provide the emotional foundation she's been seeking. They're equals in every sense. Two people at the pinnacle of their profession who can relate to each other's experiences in ways that most people simply couldn't. That shared understanding creates a strong foundation for any relationship. The photos that did emerge, though limited and grainy due to the distance and discretion of those who took them, still managed to capture moments that feel incredibly genuine and tender. There's one image in particular that's been circulating widely showing them sitting together on what appears to be a private terrace overlooking the ocean, both lost in conversation, completely absorbed in each other. The way they're positioned, the body language, the obvious comfort, it's the kind of moment that tells a story more effectively than any official statement ever could. Another photo shows them walking together through a garden, and what's striking is how unguarded they appear. No awareness of cameras, no performance, just two people enjoying a peaceful moment together. These candid glimpses are precious because they show the reality behind the speculation. Fan theories about how this relationship developed have been fascinating to observe. Some believe they reconnected at a recent industry event and the spark was immediate. Others think they've been quietly building this connection for months or even years, keeping it completely private until they were ready to test being seen together. There are theories about mutual friends playing matchmaker, about chance encounters that led to deeper conversations, about a slow realization that what they were looking for had been right in front of them all along. Whatever the actual origin story turns out to be, the current reality is clear. They're together, they're happy, and they're navigating this with remarkable grace and discretion. The mystery of how they got here only adds to the romance of it all. The response from fellow celebrities and industry professionals has been carefully measured but subtly supportive. Several actors and actresses have posted cryptic messages on social media that fans immediately connected to Minhyo. Things like, when you know, and some things are worth protecting, and real recognizes real. These aren't direct confirmations, but they're knowing nods to those paying attention. Other celebrities who know both of them personally have been liking and sharing Minhyo fan content, which is as close to an endorsement as you can get without making an official statement. The industry seems to be collectively rooting for them while also respecting their privacy, which is a beautiful balance and shows the genuine affection people have for both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo as individuals. What happens next is anyone's guess, but the possibilities are thrilling to consider. Will they make an official announcement or continue to keep things private? Will we see them attending events together, or will they maintain separation in their public appearances? Will they collaborate professionally now that their personal connection is deepening? Minhyo fans are ready for any and all scenarios, just happy to see two people they admire finding happiness together. The beautiful thing about this situation is that regardless of how public or private they choose to be, the connection is clearly real, and that's what matters most. They don't owe anyone explanations or confirmations. They deserve to build this relationship on their own terms and at their own pace. The cultural impact of a Minhyo relationship cannot be overstated. Both Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo are global icons who have represented Korean entertainment on the world stage for years. They've starred in dramas that introduced international audiences to K-dramas. They've been ambassadors for Korean culture. They've built massive global fan bases. Seeing them together creates a narrative that transcends typical celebrity gossip. It's a meeting of equals, a union of two people who've achieved extraordinary success and are now choosing each other. The symbolism alone is powerful, but add in the genuine chemistry and connection that witnesses describe and you have something truly special. This isn't just another celebrity couple. This is a potential power couple that represents the best of what Korean entertainment has to offer. Looking at their individual relationship histories provides context for why this connection might be exactly what both of them need right now. Both have experienced public relationships. Both have dealt with intense media scrutiny around their personal lives. Both have learned hard lessons about privacy and protecting what matters. They approach this with wisdom earned through experience. Not naive optimism, but mature understanding of what it takes to maintain something real in their extraordinary circumstances. That groundedness, that awareness, it actually increases the chances of this relationship being sustainable and healthy. They're not kids playing at romance. They're adults building something meaningful with full awareness of the challenges they'll face. The secret trip itself, beyond just being evidence of their relationship, reveals something beautiful about their priorities. In a world where everything is content, where every moment is documented and shared, they chose to create memories just for themselves. They prioritized experience over documentation, connection over performance, privacy over publicity. That's revolutionary in today's celebrity culture, and it's deeply romantic. It shows that what's developing between them is precious enough to protect, important enough to shield from the chaos of public consumption. They're building something sacred and treating it as such, which is exactly how meaningful relationships should be nurtured, especially under the intense pressure and scrutiny they face daily. The Minhyo fever that's sweeping through social media right now shows no signs of cooling down. Fan artists are creating beautiful illustrations imagining their trip. Fanfiction writers are crafting stories inspired by the sightings. Video editors are compiling every interaction and parallel between them over the years. The creative output from this fandom is impressive and demonstrates just how invested people are in seeing this relationship flourish. But beyond the content creation, there's a genuine emotional investment from fans who followed both careers for years and want to see them happy. The support is overwhelming and beautiful, a global community celebrating love and connection regardless of borders or languages. That's the power of Minhyo. It brings people together in shared joy and hope. As we process all of this information, all of these sightings and evidence and theories, one thing becomes crystal clear. Lee Min-ho and Hye Kyo are writing a new chapter in both of their stories, and they're choosing to write it together. Whether this trip was an early stage of exploring their connection or a deepening of something that's been building for a while, the outcome is the same. Two extraordinary individuals have found something special with each other. The chemistry is undeniable, the connection is real, and the potential for what they could build together is absolutely thrilling. Minhyo fans have been dreaming of this moment, and now that it's unfolding before our eyes, the reality is even better than the fantasy. This is just the beginning of their story together, and we're all here for every beautiful moment of it.